Hi, Rob Lukey with Shop Prop. As we hit this market today, where we see the Dow down 1,200, we had a huge sell-off overseas, followed obviously by the U.S. market selling off today. You know what's happening, and I wanted to talk a little bit about that. If you look at my YouTube, for example, you'll see that I talked about the Dow going to 40,000 by the end of 2023. We were a little late. Here we are. It hit 40,100 obviously in March, and it was almost at that at the end of 2023, so about 3 months early. And then as of about 2 months ago, if you take a look again at the YouTube video, what you'll see is I talked about what was going to happen to buyers. This was 2 months ago, who paid what I thought were probably premium prices in February, March of this year, April of this year. Long term, obviously, I believe those buyers are going to be fine, but what's going to happen to the market in the short term? This is what you want to see happen when you have an environment where the Fed has raised interest rates. Usually, it takes a long time for that to move into the normal economy. In other words, where you see it impact. Obviously, inflation is impactful every day to people, but where you start to see people start to slow their buying and really have it trickle down. And you saw that happen with the reports last week on the economy, which was followed by a sell-off. And then you see this kind of what I think is probably capitulation, 38,000 on the Dow, right in there. And we could be moving into some type of a recession period where, remember, the average recession lasts about 7 months, so you might have to sit. What this does is this brings in opportunity, I think, for home buyers to go ahead and be smart. And if you're selling your property right now, potentially you rent it out and wait for, if you can, and wait for a period of time, or get more aggressive on the sell side and then put that capital someplace else that you can have it work for you where the market sold off. In other words, if I was selling a piece of real estate right now, where would I put that money so that I can at least take advantage of lower prices? Lower prices in stocks might be an option or something like that. That's obviously up to you, but there's things that you can do to go ahead and take advantage of that move down. Maybe buy a different place someplace else. Something where you're taking advantage so you're not being left out of that move that will eventually come. So 38,000 on the Dow. Again, this is just a barometer. Probably slower home prices and potentially even lower as we go through the end of the year for a potential setup into next year. So you have August. Let's say we're setting up for lower interest rates, lower inflation. This is what you want in an economy. I know that, and I was talking to some friends last night, you can never get to this type of point where you have an economy that's decent without going through a little bit of pain. And that's what we're seeing right now. If you own stocks and you own these things, you're going, gosh, my stocks are down. Well, again, this also is a function of inflation coming down, which helps everyone and it helps the economy. It also is impactful from a standpoint of lower interest rates. Again, that helps drive some type of move that might occur over a longer period of time, 2 to 5 years out, something like that. Remember, the average real estate cycle lasts about 7 years. So when you're buying a home, you should be at least looking for that period, unless you're doing some type of investment or some type of flip where you're trying to add value to that property fairly quickly. So again, overall, I like the way that the market is working here. I personally think that this is something that's needed, especially to get inflation in check and also get interest rates back to a level where people can afford things and money frees a little bit more freely throughout the economy. Hope everybody has a great day. Talk to you soon.